Hello and welcome back to another one of my FPL videos. I of course am the FPL train, and in this video I am going to be revealing my team selection ahead of Game Week 37, which is of course a massive game week, probably the last big game, well it is the last big game week in my opinion, of the season. Of course a lot of people are either free hitting or bench boosting. I of course have activated the bench boost ahead of this game week, so I will be bench boosting in this game week. I have 2 free transfers for this game week as well. I've got 2 here that I've set up ready to go, but even then I'm not that confident with it, to be honest, and I might even take a hit, just think sod it and go for it. But yeah, I'm not quite confident with my team, but you know, I still got time to change it. I still haven't made any official transfers yet, but I'll reveal what the transfers what I'm going to be doing later. Before all of that, of course, we'll look back on Game Week 36, which I'm going to say now, I hated it. I hated every moment of Game Week 36. I've never been so angry. I don't know whether to be angry at myself or my computer or whatever happened, but you can see anyway, I scored 92 points. Yeah, it's great, isn't it? I got a red arrow. 111,000 now in the world, or over that now. And I think the biggest and the most obvious thing is I didn't captain Haaland. I couldn't believe it. Now, when I did my team selection reveal last week, I revealed that I was captaining Haaland. I didn't even notice it on the Friday night football that I hadn't captained him. It wasn't until the Man City game was going on when they were scoring the goals where I was like, get in there, smashing it. And then I looked at my team and went, why the hell is Haaland not my captain? I set him up as my captain and he's not been confirmed as my captain. So I must have not frigging confirmed the bloody thing. So I didn't have him as captain. So with that being said, I lost my captaincy, and in the end it was Palmer's captain, and I got a red arrow for it. If he was my captain, I wouldn't have got the red arrow, but he was. So yeah, oh man, I was so pissed with it, to be honest. So yeah, Haaland wasn't my captain. So in the end, I had a red arrow and 92 points. So starting us off, let's go through the team then. Goalkeeper wise, I went for Edison in goal for a gamble, just in case he did start. He did start, and I thought, great, buzzing. They were smashing, they were cruising past walls, and then, you know what they decided to do? Just concede a goal. Why not concede a goal, eh? So there goes my clean sheet there. Pickford also didn't keep a clean sheet. He conceded against Luton, which was a bit frustrating as well, but I kind of expected it, to be honest. Now that Everton are safe, I do think there probably will be a bit more lenient the fact, but to be fair, some of the tackles that get made at the end of that game were insane. But yeah, overall, I was a bit disappointed in my goalkeepers. And Pickford did get a save point as well. So, in the end, I kind of lost out on a point now. So, that was a bit frustrating. My defence, I mean, what should I say about my defence? So, Shah's out injured. That meant I had 4 defenders. I decided to drop Cucurella. And then he gets a clean sheet, which was a little bit frustrating, you know. West Ham, I didn't think it would be a 5-0 game. I thought it would be like a 1-1 game. That's why I put Cucurella on the bench. He did get a yellow card, so that's why he only had 5 points. So I was a bit disappointed with that. Brantwaite, he did really well. Again, disappointing that he didn't get the clean sheet, but he did manage to get an assist for Everton. And he was making some quality tackles at the end. I was a bit disappointed that he didn't get any bonus points for it, to be fair. But yeah, he got me, I was going to say only, but he got me 5 points, which I'm happy about. And Gabriel, I mean, Arsenal just, you know, rampant, aren't they? Another clean sheet, another win, a bonus point on top of it for Gabriel. So 7 points from him. So overall, my defence was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Couldn't fault it. And then the Man United game happened. So I decided to start Delo. This is why a few weeks ago I didn't put Onana in. Because one, he's crap. And then they got battered by Crystal Palace 4-0. I've got to say, what the hell happened? I don't know. In the end, it was just damn limitations. I was just praying to God he just did that thing where he just stayed up front and tried to get a goal or an assist. That didn't happen. So we came away with nothing. So, shocking from Delo. From Man United as a whole. So far, I lost out on 5 points from Cucurella and a point from Pickford. So that's 6 points down the drain. So I could be on a lot more points already. But no, decisions were made. And they were all wrong so far. So disaster. Oh, honestly, I feel sick to my stomach looking at the low one. 0 points against Crystal Palace. 4-0. Oh my god. Anyway, let's try me a bit more positive then, because the rest of my team did actually return. So, anyway, that's another thing as well. Only 2 players in my starting lineup didn't actually, return, and I still got a red arrow. It just shows you how bad that Haaland thing was. Anyway, so Palmer was my captain, unfortunately. Started off really well against West Ham as well. He got the first goal right at the start of the game. You're thinking, come on, you can do this. And then you look at the score overall, 5-0. You're thinking, surely he's got an hat-trick here. No, he got 1 goal. 1 goal. That was it. No assist. No bonus. 1 goal. That was infuriating. So he only got me 16 points overall. So I weren't thrilled, put that way. Gordon, once again, smashes it. That's 2 weeks I've had him now. He's got me 16 points, 2 game weeks. He didn't score, but again, he got another assist. So definitely taking that 6 points there. Phil Foden, I mean, even though Man City absolutely annihilated Wolves, he only came away with an assist. Did come off a bit earlier, 7.5 minutes, but still got an assist nevertheless. So he got 5 points. And Heung-min Son, I mean, it looked like he was going to blank. They got battered by Liverpool. Spurs did. I mean, I don't know what's going on, but these guys seem to be choking the end of the season. But at the end of the day, I don't care, because he's not my defender. He's my midfielder. And he scored a goal towards the end of the game, which meant he came away with 7 points. So, to be fair, happy with that midfield. Can't lie. But what I will say is, I did have Bruno Fernandes in this midfield. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is because I scored 92 points and I got a red arrow. If Bruno Fernandes started and was involved in the 4-0 defeat, I would have had a lot less points, because I put Nicholas Jackson on my bench in this game week, and I nearly missed out on those 16 points, and my rank was about 130k without those 16 points. So I got away with it there, I can't lie. So it could have been a hell of a lot worse, but luckily, I actually, for once, got lucky. But Fernandes finally finally missed the game through injury. I can't remember the last time he was injured as well. So that meant Nicholas Jackson started for me in the end too. I mean, I'm still shocked by it, but he got 2 goals and an assist. And of course, that meant he came away with 3 bonus points. This is what I wanted Cole Palmer to do for me as my captain. Nope, it was the useless Nicholas Jackson, who hasn't been useless now for me for the last 2 game weeks. So that means he'll more than likely, he will be in my team, obviously, because I'm bench boosting for 37, which means he'll now blank in the double game week, no doubt about it. So, can't lie, for once, I'm happy with Jackson for the 16 points, but a shame that so many people now own him. He's over, I say so many, he's actually only 14% owned. Why does it feel like he's 40% owned? But either way, 16 points. He actually smashed it, to be fair to him. Unfortunately, so did Erling Haaland. He got 4 goals and 3 bonus points. Don't really want to talk much more about that. The fact that he's just on 70% owned and he wasn't my captain. And he's the reason why I got a red arrow. So, yeah, he did well, I guess. And then Isak also got on the score sheet, should I say. He also got an assist as well. Unfortunately, though, he did miss a penalty, so he did have some points deducted from him. But he did score and he did get an assist, and I expected it because he was playing Burnley, who I still think are terrible. People are trying to make out they're not so bad now because they're not too far away from Luton and Forest, but the fact is, they've been crap all season, and they're getting away with it because everybody loves Vincent Kompany, when in fact, he's been awful this season. Awful. So yeah, overall then, 92 points overall. Absolutely miserable game week for me, considering 9 players got a return, 2 players blanked, and I got a red arrow. You'd think I did amazing, but I didn't. It was absolutely shocking, and I really hate myself. So now I'm going to be lucky for the end of the season to be in the top 100k. I was aiming to be in the top 50k, but I'll be lucky to get in the top 100k now, because oh my god, I really set myself back there, especially as well when I do have a differential on Cucurella and Branthwaite, and one of them was benched. The other one, the other one did perform. But yeah, the fact that one of them was benched was frustrating. And yeah, the captaincy thing it's just a nightmare, really. Yeah. Anyways, enough of that misery. Let's look forward to game week 37 and my team selection. So like I said, I have 2 free transfers for this game week. And starting us off then with the goalkeepers, I've got Edison and Jordan Pickford for this game week. Now, I did think about whether or not I'd have to make changes to my goalkeepers, but I'm not going to be doing that because, one, Edison is fit to play against Fulham. That was the biggest issue I had. Obviously, the only good thing about last game week is the fact that he did play against Wolves, which means I now know he will be fit to play Fulham. And obviously, I don't see any rotation because Man City haven't won the league, so they have to go all out and they will have to start Edison in both of these games. And that also means I will be keeping Jordan Pickford, who only has a single game week for this game week. It is against Sheffield United at home, the best team to play against, in my opinion, this season. I'm going to have to go with all eggs in one basket here by keeping him because I know a lot of people are going for 2 goalkeepers with double game weeks, but I'm going to keep to the fact that he's got Sheffield United and stick with the single game week goalkeeper. Hopefully it works out. I know a lot of people obviously got the Chelsea goalkeeper, but I'm going to stick with Pickford. And fingers crossed this one works out because obviously if it doesn't work out, I do think this will be a real problem for me to the end of the season because I just can't make the points back up, I don't think, on the last game week. So yeah, Jordan Pickford and Edison are my goalkeepers. So then on to my defenders now, and starting us off, let's talk about the 2 changes I've got in this team so far. So first of all, I'd like to say these transfers are not confirmed. They're just in there temporarily, but they are highly likely going to be made ahead of this game week, and that is of course I've taken out Shaw for obvious reasons, he's injured for the rest of the season, and brought in Dan Burn, obvious replacement, same team, double game week, nice double game week as well against Brighton and Man United. And the second one is bringing in Pedro Porro for Delo, which might be a surprise because obviously Delo has a double game week, whereas Braithwaite, Gabriel both have single game weeks, so that is quite the gamble to go for. But the fact is, I just hate the sight of seeing any kind of Man United defence in my team currently right now. They've got Arsenal and Newcastle at home. Do I feel like there's going to be a reprieve after that last game against Crystal Palace? Absolutely not. I still think they'll get battered in both of those games. So I don't fancy any Man United defenders. So that is why Pedro Porro has come in, who's got Burnley at home, Man City at home. Now, I can see 1 clean sheet in those 2 games. I mean, you can pretty much guess which one I reckon it will be. So that's why I've decided to go for Pedro Porro in my team. Now, it's not confirmed, but those 2 are the most likely transfers I'm going to be making for this game week. So that does mean then I've got Braithwaite, single game week player, Sheffield United at home. Like I said, with Pickford, I'm putting Everton, all of my eggs in Everton's basket, praying to God they come away with a clean sheet against Sheffield United. It's the easiest team to play against. I'm just so you know what's going to happen. They're going to concede within the first 5 minutes, but praying to God that doesn't happen and they come away with a clean sheet. And then obviously that means I've got Gabriel as well, who's also got a single game week, but against Man United. Now Man United could score, but Arsenal, they have the best defence. I have to have at least 1 Arsenal defender in my team. And that last defender sitting on the bench there, Cucurella. A little bit nervous about Cucurella now that obviously Levi Colwill was in the squad in the last game that Chelsea played. But fingers crossed big time that he plays both these games. Because Cucurella's not actually looked too bad at all since he's been put back in the team. And for having the likes of Forest and Brighton, it's not a bad, obviously, double game week to have for Chelsea. So fingers crossed, Cucurella starts both those games. I don't mind him being subbed off after 60 minutes with a clean sheet locked in, but that's about it. I can't handle him sitting on the bench when I've got double game weeks playing. Well, everybody else has got double game weeks playing, because obviously not many people have gone for Cucurella where I have. So with my midfielders then, 5-man midfield, all 5 of them have double game weeks. So Son, Burnley, Man City. I don't expect much in the Man City game, but I certainly expect something in the Burnley game, so fingers crossed that works out. Bruno Fernandes, he's currently flagged up. Whether he will play it or not, we'll see. So that is the big one. If I find out that he's not going to be playing in this game week, I will just go sod it, take a -4 hit, and bring in somebody else. Who will that be? God knows. I'll be leaning towards a Man City midfielder in Kevin De Bruyne, But the fact is, this is why I haven't made those 2 free transfers. I need to find money to fund Kevin De Bruyne. So for now, Bruno Fernandes is in there. Anthony Gordon. I've got to have Gordon in my team, obviously. Double game week. Brighton and Man United. I can see goals in those games. And, you know, one of those is at home and he loves playing at St. James's Park. Cole Palmer's in there. He will not be my captain. I've already confirmed it. That Erling Haaland. I've even triple checked it already that Haaland's going to be my captain for this game week. But yeah, Cole Palmer will be in my team. It's a nice double game week for him, so I expect a load of points there. As with Phil Foden, 2 away games, but I expect goals from Man City in that one. So yeah, I mean, it's a bit of a bland midfield to be fair, just because it feels like everybody owns this midfield. So even if it does badly, I don't think it will affect me too much, just because everybody has these players. So then that leads me on to my strikers. Obviously, it's going to be the same front three than it was last week. Isaac, Haaland and Jackson. All 3 have double game weeks. I like Isaac's double game week, as I do like Haaland's. Nicholas Jackson's isn't too bad as well, to be fair, but I don't really have much faith in him, if I'm being honest. But either way, all 3 of these guys have double game weeks. So that means I'd only, as a whole team, have 2 players that will be 3 players single game week in this game week, which is obviously more than majority of people. Most people have all of their players get double game week, but the fact is there are some double game weeks I don't see a lot of points in. So I've gone for a big gamble in having the double Everton defence and keeping Gabriel as well. It could work out or it could go terribly wrong, but obviously the big thing as well will be transfers. Will Fernandes be fit? We'll yet to see. Shaw's obviously not going to be playing, so Dan Burn will more than likely be in my team. Then it'll be a case of, do I go to the low or do I go Pedro Porro? If I can't obviously afford Kevin De Bruyne, what would I do there? I mean, so many issues as well in my team in a sense, but the main thing is I've got the bench boost activated, so though knowing my luck now, I'll get a total of 8 points on my bench boost, which will just wind me up completely. But fingers crossed this team works out for me, because I really need a big green arrow going into the final game week of the season. So anyways, that is how my team is currently looking then for game week 37. Let me know what you think of my team, and let me know what you're doing ahead of this double game week. What signings are you bringing in to your team for this game week? Are mine right or are they terribly wrong? Let me know. Please as well, don't forget to like this video and hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you all on the next one.